You work at a grocery store 3 days each week. The shifts are long. Your feet hurt by the end of each day. You put items on shelves. You help customers find what they need. Sometimes you work at the cash register when someone is sick. The work is fine. It pays $11 each hour. You live at home with your parents and your younger sister. Your room is small, but it is yours. You have been working this job for 8 months now. On Thursday evenings, your family eats dinner together. Your mother makes rice and vegetables. Your father sits at the head of the table. Your sister talks about her classes at the university. She is studying accounting. Your parents smile when she talks about her courses. They ask her questions. They seem proud. You pass the dishes. You eat slowly. You listen. Your father asks you about your plans. He asks this most weeks. He wants to know when you will apply to a program. He wants to know what you will study. He suggests nursing. He suggests business. He suggests computer programming. These are stable fields, he says. These fields have jobs waiting. You nod. You say you are thinking about it. You say you need more time. He looks at you. He does not look angry. He looks disappointed. That feels worse. After dinner, you go to your room. You lie on your bed. You hear the television through the wall. You hear your sister laughing at something. You stare at the ceiling. The feeling in your chest is heavy. It sits there. It does not go away when you try to ignore it. You think about your father's face. You think about the word stable. You do not know what you want. You know you do not want to disappoint them. These two thoughts sit together in your mind. They do not go away. You work your next shift on Saturday. The store is busy. You move through the aisles. You put pasta boxes back on the shelves. You organize canned goods. Your hands do the work. Your mind drifts. You think about nothing specific. You watch customers walk past. Some look tired. Some look focused. You wonder if they like their jobs. You wonder if they feel stuck. You do not know why you wonder this. The thoughts just come. During your break, you sit in the back room. You drink water from a plastic bottle. You look at your phone. You scroll through social media without reading anything. Your friends post pictures. Some are at parties. Some are at internships. One friend just started a job at a marketing company. Everyone seems to know what they are doing. You lock your phone. You finish your water. You go back to the floor. Sunday is your day off. You sleep late. You eat breakfast alone. Your parents are at the market. Your sister is in her room studying. You sit at the kitchen table. You drink coffee. You look out the window. The street is quiet. A car drives past slowly. You watch it until it turns the corner. You think about the conversation at dinner. You think about the question your father asked. You do not have an answer. You have not had an answer for months. You open your phone. You look at your bank account. You have $643. You have been saving a little from each paycheck. $50 here, $30 there. The number grows slowly. You are not sure why you are saving. You just know it feels better to see the number go up. You close the app. You finish your coffee. You wash your cup. You go back to your room. You lie on your bed again. You think about what you might want to do. You like organizing things. You like helping people find what they need. You do not know if this means anything. You do not know if this is a career. Your father wants something clear. He wants a degree program. He wants a plan with steps. You do not have steps. You have questions. Questions are not enough. Weeks pass. You work your shifts. You save your money. You eat dinner with your family. Your father asks about your plans. You give the same answer. You need more time. He sighs. Your mother says nothing. Your sister looks at her plate. The conversations feel the same each week. The heaviness in your chest stays. One evening after work, you sit on the bus. You watch the streets pass. The bus stops and starts. People get on and off. You are not thinking about anything specific. Your mind is just drifting. You notice a community center as the bus drives past. There is a sign in the window. It says something about classes. You do not read the whole sign. You just notice it. The bus keeps moving. 2 days later, you think about the sign. You are washing dishes after dinner. Your hands move through warm water. You scrub a plate. You think about the community center. You think about classes. You do not know what kind of classes. You do not know if it matters. You finish the dishes. You dry your hands. You go to your room and open your laptop. You search for the community center. You find their website. They offer evening courses. There is a class on graphic design basics. There is a class on small business management. There is a class on healthcare basics. Each class costs $280. Each class meets one evening per week for 10 weeks. You read the descriptions. You do not feel excited. You just feel curious. Maybe curious is enough. You close the laptop. You do not sign up. You think about it for 3 days. You open the website again. You read the same descriptions. You think about your savings. $280 is a lot. It is also not everything you have. You could afford one class. You do not tell your parents. You do not tell your sister. You just think about it. On Thursday, your father asks about your plans again. You say you are thinking about taking a class. He asks what kind of class. You say you are not sure yet. He asks if it is part of a degree program. You say no. You say it is just one class. He looks confused. He asked what the point is. You say you want to try something. He says trying is not a plan. You feel the heaviness in your chest get heavier. You finish your dinner quickly. You go to your room. You lie on your bed. You feel angry. You feel guilty for feeling angry. You do not know if your father is wrong. Maybe he is right. Maybe one class is pointless. Maybe you need a full plan. You do not have a full plan. You just have a small idea. You lie there for a long time. You do not cry. You just feel the weight of everything. Saturday comes. You work your shift. You come home. You sit at your desk. You open the website again. You look at the graphic design class. The description says it teaches basic software skills and visual communication. You do not know if you would be good at this. You do not know if you would like it. You think about your savings. You think about your father's face. You think about the heaviness in your chest. You click the registration button. You fill out the form. You enter your debit card information. Your hands shake a little. You press submit. The confirmation appears. The class starts in 3 weeks. You close the laptop. You sit very still. You do not feel excited. You do not feel relieved. You just feel like you did something. One small thing. You do not tell your family. You mark the class dates on your phone calendar. You label them appointment. Your father does not ask about appointments. You go to work. You save your money. You eat dinners. Everything continues the same. The class date gets closer. The first class is on a Tuesday evening. You tell your parents you are meeting a friend. This is not true. You feel guilty about the lie. You drive to the community center. You park. You sit in your car for 5 minutes. You watch other people walk inside. They look normal. They look like you. You get out of the car. You walk inside. The classroom is small. There are 12 other people. The instructor is a woman in her 30s. She smiles. She introduces herself. She talks about the syllabus. You sit in the back. You open the notebook you brought. You write down what she says. The class lasts 2 hours. You learn about design principles. You learn about color theory. You do not understand everything. You write it down anyway. You drive home. Your parents are watching television. You say hello. You go to your room. You lie on your bed. You think about the class. It was fine. It was not amazing. It was not terrible. It was just fine. You do not know if this means anything. You do not know if you made a mistake spending the money. You just know you went. You showed up. That is something. The second class is easier. You recognize people. You sit in the same seat. The instructor teaches more software basics. You follow along on the classroom computers. You make a simple design. It is not good. It is just a rectangle with text. The instructor says everyone starts somewhere. You save your file. You drive home. Weeks pass. You go to class every Tuesday. You tell your parents you are meeting a friend. Your mother asks about this friend once. You say it is someone from work. She does not ask again. You feel guilty every time you lie. You also feel something else. You feel like you are doing something that is yours. This feeling is small. It does not erase the guilt. It just sits next to it. By week 7, the class is boring. The instructor teaches the same concepts in different ways. You understand the basics now. You do not feel inspired. You do not feel passionate. You just feel like you are completing a task. You think about quitting. You think about not going to the next class. You go anyway. You finish what you started. The class ends after 10 weeks. You complete a final project. You make a simple poster design for an imaginary event. The instructor says it is good. You do not feel proud. You just feel done. You drive home. You put the project file on your laptop. You do not look at it again. Your father asks about your plans at dinner. You say you are still thinking. He asks if you have applied anywhere. You say no. He looks tired. Your mother says maybe you should talk to your cousin. Your cousin works in healthcare. She is a medical assistant. She seems happy. You say maybe. You do not want to talk to your cousin. You finish dinner. You go to your room. You look at your bank account. You have $470 now. The class cost money. You have been saving less. You saved only $20 this month. The number feels small. You close the app. You lie on your bed. You think about the class. You think about whether it was worth it. You do not know. You do not know if you want to take another class. You do not know if graphic design is right for you. You just know you tried something. One thing. Months pass. You work your shifts. You save small amounts. You eat dinners with your family. Your father asks less often about your plans. This does not feel better. It feels worse. It feels like he has given up on you. Your sister graduates from her accounting program. Your parents have a party for her. You help set up. You smile. You feel happy for her. You also feel far behind. At the party, your aunt asks what you are doing. You say you work at a grocery store. She asks if you are going to school. You say not right now. She nods. She does not ask more questions. You feel relief. You also feel shame. You go to the kitchen. You stand by the sink. You drink water. You look out the window. You watch cars drive past. After the party, you lie in bed. You think about your sister's success. You think about your father's disappointment. You think about the class you took. You think about the money you saved. None of it feels like progress. It just feels like time passing. You close your eyes. You try to sleep. Sleep does not come quickly. You decide to try something different. You search online for people who work in jobs that interest you. You do not know exactly what interests you. You search for creative jobs and helping people jobs. You find names. You find email addresses on company websites. You think about sending messages. You do not send anything yet. You just collect the information. You put the names in a document. You close your laptop. 3 days later, you open the document. You write a message. You introduce yourself. You say you are exploring career options. You ask if they would talk to you for 20 minutes about their work. You write the message. You delete it. You write it again. You change the words. You read it 5 times. You do not send it. You close the laptop. A week passes. You open the document again. You read the message. You send it to one person. You press send before you can change your mind. You close the laptop quickly. You feel nervous. You do not check your email for 2 days. When you check, there is a reply. The person says yes. They say they can talk next week. They suggest a phone call. You read the message 3 times. You feel surprised. You feel nervous. You reply. You say thank you. You confirm a time. The phone call happens on Wednesday afternoon. You take the call in your car during your lunch break. The person is friendly. They work in social media management. They tell you about their day. They answer your questions. They say they started in retail too. They say they took online courses. They say it took 3 years to get their current job. The call lasts 18 minutes. You thank them. You hang up. You sit in your car. You write down what you learned in your phone notes. You write takes time. You write started in retail. You write not sure this is for me. You put your phone away. You finish your break. You go back to work. You do not tell your parents about the call. You do not tell anyone. You just know you did it. You had one conversation. It was not life-changing. It was just information. Information is something. 2 months pass. You send 3 more messages. One person does not reply. One person replies but cannot talk. One person has a conversation with you. This person works in event planning. They say the work is stressful. They say they like the variety. They say they do not recommend it unless you love chaos. You thank them. You write down what you learned. You realize you do not love chaos. This is useful information. Your savings grow slowly. You have $530 now. You work your shifts. You stack shelves. You help customers. The work is still fine. It is not your future. It is just what you do right now. You are okay with this. You were not okay with this before. Something has shifted. The shift is small. Your father asks about your plans at a Sunday breakfast. Your mother and sister are there. You say you are exploring options. He asks what that means. You say you are talking to people who work in different fields. He asks if this will lead to a job. You say you do not know yet. He looks at your mother. Your mother says nothing. Your sister asks what fields you are exploring. You say you are not sure yet. The conversation ends. You clear the dishes. You do not feel good about the conversation. You also do not feel terrible. You said something true. You are exploring. It is slow. It is unclear. But it is real. You wash the dishes. You fill the warm water. You scrub each plate carefully. You think about nothing. You just wash. More months pass. You have 4 more conversations with people. You learn about different jobs. You learn what you do not want. You do not want long commutes. You do not want high-pressure deadlines. You do not want to work alone. These are not positive answers. They are eliminations. Eliminations help. You write them down. You keep the list in your phone. You save more money. You have $700 now. You have been working at the grocery store for almost 2 years. Your manager offers you more hours. You say yes. You work 4 days a week now. You make more money. You are more tired. You save more. You add $60 to your account each month now. The number grows steadily. At dinner, your father does not ask about your plans anymore. He asks about work. He asks if you are tired. He asks if you are eating enough. These questions are different. They feel like he sees you as a person, not as a disappointment. You answer his questions. You tell him about your shifts. You tell him you are fine. He nods. The conversation is short. It is okay. You take another class. This time you choose a class about healthcare basics. It costs $320. You attend every week for 8 weeks. You learn about patient care. You learn about medical terminology. You do not love it. You also do not hate it. You complete the class. You pass the final test. You put the certificate in a folder. You are not sure if you will use it. You just know you finished. Your sister gets engaged. There is another party. You help set up again. You smile. You congratulate her. People ask you about your life. You say you are working and taking classes. They nod. They do not ask follow-up questions. You feel invisible. You also feel relief. You do not have to explain yourself. After the party, you sit on your bed. You think about where you are. You work at a grocery store. You have taken 2 classes. You have had 6 career conversations. You have saved money. You do not have a career. You do not have a plan. You have pieces. The pieces do not fit together yet. Maybe they will. Maybe they will not. You lie down. You close your eyes. You think about your father. You think about his disappointment. You realize the disappointment is still there. It has not gone away. You have just learned to carry it differently. It does not crush you anymore. It sits in your chest. You notice it. You acknowledge it. You keep moving anyway. You think about your savings. $700 is not enough to move out. It is not enough to quit your job. It is enough to make small choices. It is enough to take another class if you want. It is enough to feel like you have options. Small options, but options. You open your phone. You look at your notes. You read the list of things you have learned about yourself. You do not want chaos. You do not want to work alone. You like organizing. You like helping people in person. You like structure, but not rigid structure. These things are true. They do not point to one perfect job. They just point to who you are. That is something. You think about the next step. You do not know what it is. You could take another class. You could have more conversations. You could apply for different jobs. You could do nothing for a while. All of these options exist. None of them are wrong. You do not have to decide tonight. You lie very still. You listen to the sounds outside your window. You hear a car drive past. You hear someone talking in the distance. You hear your sister laughing in the other room. You hear your own breathing. You just exist in this moment. You are not anxious. You are not excited. You are just here. This is enough for now. Months continue to pass. You work. You save. You learn small things. Your father asks how you are. You tell him you are fine. He believes you. Your mother hugs you sometimes. Your sister talks to you about her wedding plans. You listen. You help when she asks. You are part of the family. You are also separate. Both things are true. You have $840 in savings now. You have attended 3 classes total. You have had 10 career conversations. You still work at the grocery store. You have been there for 2 years and 4 months. You do not love the job. You do not hate it. It is what you do. It pays you. It gives you time to think. One day at work, a customer asks you for help finding tea. You walk with them to the tea aisle. You show them the different options. They seem confused. You explain the differences. You point out which ones are popular. They smile. They thank you. They say you are very helpful. You smile back. You go back to stocking shelves. You think about that interaction. You think about how normal it felt. You think about how you did not feel nervous. You just helped someone. You knew what to do. Maybe this skill matters. Maybe being helpful and calm matters in many jobs. You do not know where this thought leads. You just notice it. At dinner, your father talks about his work. He seems stressed. Your mother listens. Your sister talks about her wedding venue. Everyone is focused on their own lives. You eat quietly. You feel okay with being quiet. You do not need to announce your progress. Progress is happening anyway. Slowly. In ways that are hard to measure. You lie in bed that night. You think about where you were a year ago. You were stuck. You were afraid. You were silent. You are still some of these things. But you have moved. You have taken steps. They were small steps. Some led nowhere. Some led to information. Some led to more questions. But you kept moving. You think about your father's expectations. They have not changed. He still wants stability for you. He still wants a clear plan. You cannot give him that. You can only give him small updates. You can only show him slow progress. He is learning to accept this. You are learning to accept his disappointment without letting it stop you. You think about yourself. You do not have answers. You do not have a career. You do not have confidence. You have something different. You have a process. You have patience with yourself. You have the ability to try small things without needing them to be perfect. This is new. This is growth. You close your eyes. You think about tomorrow. You will work your shift. You will come home. You will add $50 to your savings. You will think about the next small step. Maybe you will send another message to someone. Maybe you will research another class. Maybe you will just rest. All of these choices are okay. You breathe slowly. You feel your body relax into the mattress. You hear the house settling around you. You hear your own heartbeat. You are not anxious about the future. You are not excited about the future. You are just here in this moment, knowing you will take the next step when you are ready. That is enough. Time will keep passing. You will keep working. You will keep saving. You will keep learning small things about yourself. Your family will keep asking questions. You will keep giving honest answers, even when they are unsatisfying. This is your life right now. It is not dramatic. It is not triumphant. It is just steady. Steady is okay. Steady is something you can work with. You drift towards sleep. Your last thought is simple. You are okay. Not happy. Not confident. Just okay. And okay is a place you can build from. Slowly. One small step at a time.